I'm here with Asher. Now, Asher, you're one of our fruit enthusiasts.
Yes, I am.
You're a passionate fruit grower. Would you like to tell me about how your interest in growing fruit came about?
Of course. Well, about 20 years ago, I came up from Sydney to live in Brisbane, and always grow fruit in Sydney, but different types, of course. And when I came over here, Brisbane particularly, it was like as if a whole world had opened. The variety of fruits and mangoes, jackfruits, longons, lychees, and then the japoticabas and all the Eugenia, the Myrtaceae species, all the bits and pieces that I never knew existed were here, and I thought this is where I want to be. So I bought 5 acres at Mount Sampson on a house, and I started growing lots and lots and lots of different types of fruits. Like at one stage I had about 220 different varieties of fruit growing, like 14 varieties of mangoes and jackfruit and lychees and jujus and everything, and japoticabas mainly, and mulberries. So that's what with the passion came, and I love the aspect that you're feeding your family.
Yes.
You're growing unusual fruit. I was heavily a very dear friend of mine is Alan Carl from the Botanical Ark, which you may know of him.
Yep.
So what I was getting plants from him as a satellite test case to try the plants in my property in Brisbane to see whether they would work further down from their original tropical or subtropical areas as well too.
Yeah, for people who are not familiar with Alan Carl, he's up in the Daintree, and he's the original fruit ark, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so he's travelled all around the world collecting rare fruits. Well, that's an exciting
He's
connection.
the Indiana Jones of the plant world.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally.
So have you ever travelled for fruit? Have you been
Always.
overseas to get...
Always travel for fruit.
Is that to eat it or
exactly.
to collect the seed to
Oh,
grow?
no, mainly to eat it because, it's tougher to bring seeds in legally.
Yes.
And you have to do legal stuff, man.
It's true, yes.
Totally legal. You can't do it illegally.
Well, quarantine is there to
Yes.
protect us. It's to protect our country. It's a really important thing. So people shouldn't see it as a bad thing. We should all embrace it.
It's
See it as
a
positive.
very important thing. I'm very much involved in supporting that sort of thing. What I normally do is I usually go to Singapore,
Yes.
and then to Malaysia, and Borneo or Penang, because I'm a durian freak.
I was going to ask you. I'm thinking, this sounds like durians.
The last time we were there, it was about 2 years ago. My son and I, we tried 7 different durians.
Wow.
And people, whatever you think, they don't all smell. All right, so you need to be very mindful that not all of them have smells.
Okay, I want to know if you're growing a durian in
Yes,
Mount Sampson.
I am.
Okay, so is that successful for you?
So far, because it's grafted on a, I can't remember the name of but it's a plant that can grow up to about 1,000 meters, right?
Okay, so
So-
you've got a cold hardy rootstock.
Exactly.
Okay, we want to know more about that,
Okay.
Asher. You need to give us some details of your rootstock because they're the sorts of things that we'd be interested in
Yeah.
experimenting with.
Oh yeah.
And there are so many people out there who would love to grow a durian.
Yeah.
And of course, we know they're strictly tropical.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favourite fruit?
Yeah.
Is that the durian?
No,
Ah,
it's a mango,
oh, great. Yeah.
and the next one is the mangosteen, and then the durian.
Yeah.
I could live on all 3 of those.
Yeah,
without any
so
problem.
the mango is a really varied
Hmm.
type of fruit. I mean, we've just eaten a season's worth of mangoes here, and they range from big to small,
Sure.
and so many different flavours within them.
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite variety?
Oh, my favorite is the Nam Dak Moi.
Okay, nice
yeah.
and smooth, not too
Absolutely.
strongly flavoured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's available to everybody's palate. They can deal with it without any
yeah, I'd
problems.
agree with that.
And it's a pretty little plant. And
Yes.
what I do with mine, I in my backyard currently, I keep my plants no more than 2 meters tall, right?
So how do you do that with a variety like a Namdok Mai, which would normally grow a lot more than 3 times that?
It would. I
Yes.
keep it flat.
So you just prune that.
Yeah.
How often?
After fruiting season, so just once a year as well too.
Yes.
They don't need to be overly pruned and etc.
Do you lose a season's fruit if you prune it every year?
Occasionally, I have done, but you need to be mindful that there's certain things that, because my orchard is so varied in its aspects.
Yeah.
I've got plants that are not monoculture at all.
Yeah.
So I don't have guavas in one area or jackfruit in one area or mangoes in one area. They're all over the place. The reason behind that is two. One, keep it small, keep it pruned, keep it healthy. That means that the fruit bats and things like that can't get at a monoculture area.
Yes.
And things like guavas. So I have 8 different varieties of guava, right?
Yes.
And they're pretty much host to the fruit fly, literally.
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. So you don't net them?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all. Because I keep it away, keep it out. Of, like, say, the guavas are sort of spread all over
about.
the place.
So you're doing a food forest type
Wow,
of
literally,
garden.
literally. But I am a bit of OCD, so I'm fairly neat as well too. So I've got to have it.
You've got things in lines.
Yeah, long. It's just one
Well,
of
it
the.
makes maintenance easier if you can mow between things and prune things and all that sort of stuff.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that my reasoning behind that one also is that to lay my irrigation
Yes.
it in straight lines, it made more sense than having it all over the
Yeah.
place. So what I did was the surrounding 5 acres are like 2-inch pipe,
Yeah.
and then I've got branches 1-inch pipe coming off that, coming down, and then they're all
Wow.
feeding the micros. Yeah.
So, are you on town water or do you
No.
collect? Is that rainwater?
It's rainwater from the dam,
Yes.
and also we have a permit for the creek as well too.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference. So you've got water, and what else do you do to successfully grow fruit?
The water is your paramount.
Yes, it
it's
is.
like it's beyond comparison. You can't even think about doing anything. I don't spray. I don't have because I want the microorganisms that
Yeah,
are
so
already existing in
organic.
that organically, pretty much organic. Like I'd throw once a year. I walk around with 500, 2 handfuls of, because the trees are up to this high now.
Yes.
So you need about 500 grams of dynamic lifter,
Yeah.
and that works as a interim sort of thing, because at the end of the day, without our interference, these plants have existed for eons, right?
Yes.
So we don't need to weaken them, or we don't need to convert them to what we think they should be.
So you don't pamper them.
No, not at all.
No.
God, no.
You prune, water, and feed.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
it, really. And enjoy.
And enjoy. So love. I mean, actually
Totally.
putting time into your trees is really important, isn't it? So
It's that
spending that,
connectedness.
I think so. Yeah, spending the time in the garden, having your secateurs on your hip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just being out there in nature. That's, I guess that's what it is for me. It's being outside in the environment, isn't it?
Exactly.
And really enjoying that connectivity with.
You can see
the
that
natural
with
world.
you, yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's what it is, and the beauty is that it's almost an instant response as well. From a masculine point of view, you plant the tree, and if it's grafted in 3 years, you've got fruit already, and you
Yeah.
think, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
I think one of the things that I used to love is the legacy I've passed on to my son as well too, that he knows when the fruits are ready to fruit.
Yeah.
And the neighborhood kids used to come around, and he would take them at the age of 7 or 8 years of age. He'd point out what they
Oh,
were as
yeah.
well too.
So it's that knowledge that you
Yes.
pass on.
Yeah.
So tell me something, Asha. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Originally, I was born in Pakistan.
Yes.
I came out when I was 10 years of age, and we lived in Sydney for 30, 40 years.
So does Pakistan have a connection with growing fruit? Are there traditional fruits in your culture that you're connected to?
Absolutely. Well, traditionally, Pakistan's culture, or the subcontinent, India,
Yes.
that's including India, they're probably predominantly agrarian society. About 70 or 80% is agrarian. Although that's changing now with all the technological changes.
Yeah, it's
So the connectiveness was that the mangoes were over there, the jujubes were over there, the
Yeah.
falsa plants they're the ones that we know about, but there's more other plants that we don't know about that were used for medicine, and the moringa,
Oh yes, the drumstick tree.
the drumstick, that is just
The miracle
phenomenal.
tree.
It literally,
And neem would be the other one that
Neem was-
springs to my mind.
yeah, but we use neem for toothbrushes. We used to
Yes.
get the little
The
bits and
sticks?
pieces of sticks.
And chew.
Sure, yeah, break them
Yeah.
up and perfect, no problems. Rice and things like that, and wheat and etc. But the fruits were really big, and guavas hugely important for the Pakistanis and the Indians and things,
Yes.
and jackfruit was very important as well. Like even for presents for Christmas, we would have oranges and nuts and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that
that's lovely.
for presents,
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to anything. You know?
Yes. Well, that was very 1970s Australia
Yeah.
as well. You know, with the dried fruits. We always
That's
used
true.
To, yeah.
That's true.
Well, that's fantastic, actually. Thanks
Thank you.
so much for talking to me today. And
Pleasure.
Look, we've got
Thank you for giving me
the
the time.
Madrona here,
Yeah.
so let's enjoy some fruit while you.
I will. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Kate. This is beautiful. Thank you for thinking of me.
My name is Kath Kermode. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please click on the bell to subscribe to our videos so you don't miss any, and keep watching here at dailysfruit.com.au.